How to feed your young child with care. Giving your child his best start in life depends not only on what and when your child is fed, but also on how he is fed. Your baby will thrive when you respond to her hunger signals, encourage her to eat, and create a positive and loving feeling during her meal. This video shows how to feed your young child with a warm and interactive feeding approach that will help him develop close emotional connections and healthy, lifelong eating habits. First, respond to your baby's feeding signals. When she shows signs of hunger, such as her hands at her mouth, feed your baby right away. Position your baby so she has eye contact with you, and then feed her slowly and patiently. Throughout the meal, interact with your baby and encourage her to eat. Make the meal a happy time. When you see signs that your baby is finished, stop feeding her then. Here, the baby starts to fuss and cry when she's offered more food, indicating she's had enough. The mother responds by calmly taking the rest of her food away. As your child gets older and wants to feed himself, you can give him food he can pick up with his fingers or with a small spoon. Stay with your child through the whole meal, interacting and encouraging him to eat. This helps your child feel valued and well loved. It's normal for your child to eat slowly and spill his food as he develops the skills of eating. Help your child until he can manage the food by himself, making sure he eats until he's had enough. But don't hurry your child. The more practice he has at feeding himself, the sooner he'll learn how to eat on his own. Help your child develop his natural ability to tell how much to eat based on his appetite. Watch for the signs that he's had enough food, and then respond by removing the rest of his meal. Sometimes, children refuse to eat when offered food. Here are some possible solutions. First, feed your child when you see her signals that she is truly hungry. Next, if your child refuses many types of food, try different food combinations, tastes, and textures. Or, give your child healthy food that he likes and introduce other foods more gradually. And last, reduce distractions during your meal. Feed your child in a quiet place, setting her in front of you to keep her attention. Don't force your child to eat or be too strong in urging her. Instead, be calm and accepting. Give your child positive attention when she does eat, but don't make it a problem when she doesn't eat. Just take the food away cover it, and offer it to her again when she is hungry a bit later. Some caregivers feed their children in ways that can be harmful. These feeding practices can cause young children to develop unhealthy eating habits and poor emotional connections. In the first example, the mother controls the feeding situation, often overpowering the child and forcing him to eat. He struggles and cries during feeding. This can lead her child to have bad feelings about meal times. This mother practices an extreme form of controlled feeding. She forces food into the child's mouth at the amount and pace she chooses. Besides being harmful to the relationship with the child, it's a dangerous practice. The child can choke and breathe food into her lungs. This can be fatal. In the next feeding practice, the parent doesn't pay attention to what her child is eating. She ignores her and is not aware of when her child is hungry or full. Her child learns to eat on her own whenever food is given to her. In this last feeding approach, the child learns to control the feeding situation himself. He refuses to eat the healthy food his mother is offering, so she gives in and lets him eat the junk food he likes better. The child often eats large amounts of junk food that he learns to demand. If any of these feeding practices look familiar to the way you feed your child, get some help to change to a healthier, more sensitive approach to feeding him. It's so important to his health and emotional well-being. Remember, how your child is fed is just as important as what he is fed. Your child will thrive when you respond to her feeding signals, encourage her to eat, and create a warm and interactive feeding experience. When young, feed your child slowly and patiently. When older, help him learn to feed himself.